Hey guys, welcome, subscribers and non-subscribers alike. I just wanted to do this video so you guys could get to know me, cultivate destiny, and why I'm doing these videos, and just get to know me for who I am. So let's start with me, cultivate destiny, and why I picked that name. So cultivate means to grow, to cultivate in French, and destiny is destiny, you know, your life's purpose. So to grow, to cultivate into your life's path, your life purpose, your destiny. And all about power of manifestation. Give me while I take a sip of my tea here. I'm all about this stuff right here. She could, so she did. Power of positivity. So to know a little bit about me, which I do want you guys to know, let's start with how I got into tarot. So about 2 years ago, well now it's 2019, so maybe it was about 3 years ago, I went over to a friend's house and there was this, her mom had this tarot deck. It was Wisdom of the Hidden Realms tarot deck, and this is the guidebook. The deck's actually underneath somewhere else right now, but this is the guidebook. And I was like super fascinated. I was like, wow, like, you know, had just begun getting into crystals, and I was like, I don't know if this is in my head or what, but hey, kind of like a rabbit's foot. If I touch it and it makes me feel good, then why not? And my boyfriend was like, hey, if it makes you feel good when you hold on to it and you feel better, why not? And right now I have some garnet with me, and actually it's connected to your bloodstream, your blood vessels, and it gives you energy. So, and it does actually help me. And we're all elements of the earth. We have properties in us. We're all chemicals. So it makes sense that minerals, just like when we take a vitamin, that all of this is going to affect us, right, in our environment. So, whether you believe in it or not, I mean, they've done studies scientifically on placebo effect and how your thoughts, like, they've even done a study scientifically that your thoughts, that's what the whole manifestation and law of attraction is about. Your thoughts have the power to literally change and shape and form atoms. And they did a study on, if you say, I have six-pack abs, and you repeat it in your head over and over again, they did a scientific study that people who said that were unconsciously, they started to clench their abs, and they literally like had firmer, tighter abs because they kept repeating that thought to themselves over and over again. And so it started happening. So whether you believe it or not, by just believing in it, it starts to happen in these properties. And these crystals do have these properties. So like citrine also has a form of energy in it, sun energy. But the first step starts with believing. But even if you don't believe, I believe that they still have properties that do help you just by the mere fact of what they are. They are elements from the earth. But going back to my story, so she had this card deck, and I started looking into it, and I was like, you know what? Wow, like this really like is helpful to me. And I started pulling cards just for myself. And then, fast forward to about like a year or two later, I started like discovering card readings on YouTube, and those were really helpful to me. And then I stumbled upon one that said that it's in my life path to be doing these myself. And one day I woke up and I said, you know what? Maybe I should be doing them, because it was in my pick a card reading that I should be a YouTuber and I should be doing them. And I really just want to help other people. I've always been an empath, and I learned that recently that I'm a clairsentient psychic. So I don't really like to use the word psychic, but people don't really know what clairsentient is. And so I use the word psychic because it's a form of, there are different types of psychic, and clairsentient is a form of a type of psychic. But I've always been an empath since I was a kid. And an empath is a person who can just feel other people's emotions and relate to others. And whenever I'd see my friends, like people, even strangers, like just being able to read a room, part of it's EQ, right? Emotional intelligence, just being able to sense how someone's feeling without them having to say it, right? Someone's uncomfortable, a lot of it's body language, right? Someone's going like this. obviously that's how, you know, they're standoffish, right? But for me, it was like deeper than that. It was like deep personal. It would hit a nerve. I would touch on people's like deep personal things that they wouldn't want to tell me, but I would just know it. So in that way, it's clairsentient. So it goes beyond just being an empath and being empathetic. Clairsentient is the ability to feel. It can even extend beyond people. It can go to pets. It can go to environment. And it can go into like unsaid, untold secrets and things. But when it comes to psychic abilities, I believe that it comes from the divine. It comes from spirit. And I am a Christian personally. And so when I started going public with this, this is all very recent, right? If you look at my channel, and the first video I published was about a week ago. I did get a little bit of backlash. Like I have some Catholic friends and I'm Christian myself. And if you look at the Bible and it talks about not going into the occult and all of that. And so, and it sees some of these things as a negative. And so one thing I wanted to talk about though was my belief on all of this. And I think that as long as so it has to be in balance, but I also believe that these messages are coming from divine. So you don't rely on people so much for your message, but like I'm a vessel. So I don't believe that I have all the answers, but that God is speaking through me. Spirit is speaking through me. I don't think any psychic, anybody that says they're psychic, nobody has all the answers. We're just vessels that Spirit is communicating through us in that moment. We're being blessed with the answers. So sometimes when I have clients that come to me for readings and they ask me questions, they'll be like, Arena, am I going to get the job? Or does so-and-so like me? I immediately, oftentimes, because I'm in tune, I tap in, I get these yes, no answers. But then when I do the card readings, I like to go further in depth and I tune in and I want to verify, was my instinct correct? And I verify it with Spirit. And like 9 out of 10 times, my instinct is correct. There may be like 1 or 2 occasions where I might be a little bit off and then I get further detail from the cards. But in the end, and Star Goldman has mentioned this in her YouTube videos too, like we're just vessels from the people that have the answer is God. God and Spirit have the answers. We're just vessels to communicate to people. And one way that I want to help people is just how you guys can tap into your life purpose. That's one way. And how you can also tap into your own intuition and your own gut and your own psychic abilities. And that's like why I'm pretty much here. And I'm very down to earth. And I put makeup on to do this video. Hopefully it shows. But so I'll probably do some other videos where I get to show my face just because I put makeup on. But yeah, what else do you want to know about me? I like long walks on the beach. No, yes. No, no, I do. But yeah, I mean, what else? Another thing I could talk about, the duality, I guess, between Christianity and tarot. I feel like to me, they just go together. Like, you know, just pray about it. If you're religious, I know my mom is Muslim. I have Jewish people in my family. My aunt is Jewish. I have atheist people in my family. I have atheist people in my family. I have Jewish people in my family. I have Muslim people in my family. I have agnostic people in my family. I have Zoroastrian people in my family. I have Baha'i people in my family. Like pretty much almost every religion. I didn't name Hinduism or Sikh or like Buddhist, but I'm like familiar with those religions too, just from exposure to friends and family. But like external, like, you know, family, not actual family, but like, yeah, like you name it, I've been exposed to it, maybe from living in California. But you know, I don't think things need to be in conflict per se. So yeah, I mean, to me, these messages come from God, and as long as you know what in your heart is right. I think the balance, and I think the reason in religion they don't like too much on cards is because they want you to turn to God first, right? They don't want you to like, oh, always look to a person or always look to a card, right? Like they want you to go to God first. But I think that God can speak through people. So one cool story I have about this is when I was going to, well, I still go to church, but I was going to church and then I was an undergrad and I had pretty low self-esteem and I was like going through some period of like depression. I was kind of crying and I was like, will I ever get married? I didn't have a boyfriend at this time. And this prayer group, they were just praying over me and they just got this vision. It was like, it's almost like someone saying they're psychic. They got this vision and they said they saw a vision of wedding ring. Two beautiful gold wedding rings. They got a vision in their head. They're just praying over me and I was crying, and this is in college. Like, I think you guys have probably heard of things like InterVarsity and different Christian club groups and stuff, but they're praying over me and they're like, I see marriage in your future. I'm not married yet, but that's a prediction. And you can call it a psychic prediction. You can call it, God speaking through someone. You can call it Christian testimony. You can call it, there's even speaking in tongues in Christianity, like, so, divine intervention. So it's however you want to interpret things. But there's even people who are Buddhist and Christian, so Jewish and Christian too. So there's a lot of different types of people. I'm a spiritual person, and yeah, so that's just something I wanted to share. And I just think that people are gifted, and this is a gift from God. And I believe that we all coming from we all come from the universe. We all have pieces of light within us, and that, who knows, we could have lived more than one life. We could be here. This could have been our third or fourth, fifth time around, but we're here on a mission. And there are galaxies, there could be other planets. Like, we don't have all the answers. So why not be open to different possibilities out there and not think that only your way is right? So that's kind of my little rant on religion and what is right, what is wrong. Just being open, I think, is really important. And I think it's so cool. And lately I've been seeing a lot of 111 angel numbers. And I think there's significance in that as well. But yes, God is within all of us. We hold the piece of the universe within all of us. Light is within all of us. And there is, you choose to feed. And we're working in light work. We are light workers. So we're choosing to feed and present the light work to everyone. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much me. Like, let me know what type of videos you want to see. I'm working on, I'm going to this event on April 20th in San Francisco, and I'm working on some jewelry. I have these turquoise earrings that I need to turn into earrings. Right now they're just jewels. Got some hematite right here that I need to turn into something. Hematite's good for pain relief. But yeah, so I'm here. Feel free to let me know what you need from me. I'll be doing some more videos soon. Alright, contact me if you need a private reading. Please hit the subscribe and like button. See you guys soon. Sending love, peace, and light your way. Bye-bye.